Yo, 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 Froggystyles and Mediocre Trader here. Uh, Give me a couple seconds to get things opened up here. I'm going to let Mediocre start things off. I'm going to get Space Call linked in Twitter so people can find it.
What's up? What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? What a dead day in the market. Nothing really happening, you know. As far as AMC goes, pretty interesting. But, you know, what we can do. So let's see who we got. We got Lord Kong in here. What's up, Lord Kong? Miss Harris, how are you? She says the audio is good. Perfect, perfect.
Good, good. That's what I like to hear. Had to restart the computer again. I think it's getting filled up with too many running programs in the background.
Dana, what's up? Dana says, I'm so bored with today's price action. Yeah, I hear you. I hear that.
Yeah, one thing I'm trying to figure out is what's going to happen on Monday. Are we experiencing like a false bounce, or are we going to continue to go lower? That's the question.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we're gonna do. It's interesting.
You want to pull up a chart or something?
Yeah, give me a sec. Let me go get that ready. I'll close this real quick so we don't have that showing. All right, let's pull up AMC here. Let's skinny this all down. Boom, boom, boom.
Let me know you got it linked. I'll hop over there and grab it, put it up.
There you go. Gary's here in the chat.
Ginsler?
Yep.
Nice.
Now, let me get on my chart here so I can actually.
Somebody needs to get that man some coffee money.
Yeah, right. So we got. I know some people say that it's not working on here, but I'm just going to point it out anyways. But look, we got a slight head and shoulders pattern forming here for anybody who's interested in that. But it is a manipulated stock, so who knows what's going to happen. But there's other indicators as well. We're going to cross here in the MACD. Looks bullish here. This is on the 2-hour chart. We got the 30-minute chart here. We'll have a look at this one. This one's not looking so good, but, you know, slightly downtrending towards the MACD. It should bounce there, I would suspect. Same thing with the 1348. You know, it's pinching off, but not worried about that so much. See the 15-minute real quick.
All right, I think I got everything all done and caught up over here.
Amazing how we stay right on this price level right here at 1172. So that's pretty much what we got. We're just kind of trading sideways, nothing too serious. You ready, Froggy?
I'm about to do max pain here in a second.
All right.
So first we're going to pull up. If you want to pull up the price on the stock when I go and pull it up on max pain, it'd speed up the process a little bit. We're going to do AMC first. Going to do a quick check. We got puts sitting at 1150, calls sitting at 12, which is 1175 plus or minus a quarter. What do you got for a price?
1169 on AMC.
So it fits right in at max pain. Let's do GME next.
Let's look at this one.
I am seeing between, we got puts sitting at 95, calls sitting at 100. So it's telling me 97.50.
We're at 97.19.
So it's right there again. Let's do SPY because you need a massive like indicator. We might actually squeeze IWM in here just because I haven't done it, but we'll do SPY for the next one.
Yep.
Let me find it first. This one's going to be complicated because they got the calls and puts stacked on top of each other at 400. So you could probably say between 395 and 402, but it looks like they're going to nail it right on the money at 400. So I'm going to put it at 400 plus or minus 5.
Yeah, we're sitting at 498, 401 now. It's moving now.
Let's do IWM next. Just because that's the weighted index for AMC. I think what is it, IWJ or something like that for GME. All right, let me find out where we're hiding here. We're sitting 178 plus or minus $1.
We're sitting at 178.22.
And then we'll do Tesla. I like to do that one just because it's like a big indicator for me, and it's kind of fun. So I know it has no relevance for our play, but Tesla is sitting between 770 and 780. So I'm saying 775 plus or minus 5.
We're sitting at 767.39.
Wow. That actually might be a play for me then. They got a lot of calls sitting there too. They got 46,000 calls, 52,000 puts. So they could split that one and put it right on 770. That would be interesting what they plan on doing. We'll say 770 plus or minus 10. No. Plus 5 minus 10. I'm pretty sure they're going to put it right on 770. So I'll just do 770 plus or minus 5. It's kind of a goofy one. Let me see if we're missing. Let's add a couple other ones to it.
Good.
Let me see. We could probably get the ones that are kind of bigger price-wise. Because Sundial's
just had a 3-minute cross up.
We could do DWAC.
Yeah, sure. I like that one.
Well, it might be a good play to pay attention to now that Elon's delaying things by asking for an actual bot count. Like a legit.
I like that he's delaying it, yeah.
Makes you wonder what he's doing. I think he's just messing with Twitter now. So we're sitting between 40 and 41. So that would be 40, 50, plus or minus 50.
We're sitting at $41.85.
Yeah, if it stays above 41, it's going to bring in a tiny sliver. Oh, wow, there's hardly any calls. It ain't going to do much. There's only 276 calls at 41. They need to get to 42 in order to get that money. So, I mean,
41.92 right now.
If it goes over 42 and you bring them calls in, you might get a little push, but it's only 982 calls, which would be 90,000 shares. I forgot it's like a horribly low float, like real low float. Can't say horrible. It's kind of a good thing. It can move quicker. Let me get these mics handed out here real quick. I'm going to write this one down as 41 plus or minus 1.
My bad.
Get that fixed. Let me see. 41 plus or minus $1. Just because you kind of want to pay attention to that 42. As them 42s go in, you'll see some. I'm not sure how much money it's going to move up on Monday if it goes above 42. Can't do PROG, it's too little. CENN's too little. Sundial's too little. Wow, a lot of these stocks that we look at are kind of small.
Yeah.
Well, it's because they've been beaten down. We'll just send that one in. I think that should be good. Get people started at, because it's getting close to the end here, and you'll want to make your investment before the end of the day. So you want to look at that max pain to see what's planning on, or what appears to be moving. DWAC might be one to watch for the end of the day.
Yeah, it's at 41.80, 41.95 right now. It's moving. 42.07. Give me 1 second, guys.
All right, it's bouncing on the 5 minute. It needs to go about a quarter further up. So then your calls will actually get some value to them when they go into money, and they'll be worth executing. Maybe worth executing. I don't execute them, so I don't really know how much benefit it is. But you can see the cash is flowing in here.
All right, I'm back.
You get a nice little rip of cash flow. I kind of expected this one to start making some headway because, like, after Elon came in and started playing around with Twitter, DWAC started getting smashed because people are looking for a freedom speech or a free speech platform. And if Twitter was going to be offered, I mean, that would basically directly steal business from Truth, I would think. And with Elon looking like he might be holding off or backing out or whatever's going on there, that puts the eyes back on DWAC as possibly the platform that people are going to go to. So it's just like a little bounce around with interest.
Yeah, I like it.
It's being rejected right there at the 42. So
yeah, 41.88 at the moment.
we'll see if it makes it. Let me think. What's the other one I'm looking at here?
Excuse me.
Now, this is the one that's predicted to actually go down to that SPX. They're expecting it to go down to 39.80. So it looks like it's a false run. And you can see by how it's running up towards the end here.
Not showing your.
Oh, I thought I had mine pulled up.
No.
So there's SPX right there. It's being pushed down underneath that 200. I thought I had that changed in color. Something happened with my settings. They got like reset. So I got to change some of my colors to something you can see. Well, that'll be interesting. If it either pops over that 435, it could head up there to 490, which I don't see it happening. I mean, you can see how the spikes go. I mean, there's probably a pattern to it. You can kind of clearly see the pattern. Sell off, run up, sell off, run up. Broken. This is supposed to be like SPY, so that's why I'm looking at it. Buy check mark on SPY means it's going to be supported here. That tells me this is a possible trend. That would technically be their first or second bounce. The first bounce might have came pre-market. We never got to see it because it wasn't a full market. That could be the second one, or this could be one great big one. So it's not very clear what it is yet. but it's looking like a trend. Now, if that's a bottom, and you know how this stuff works, if it's going to form a bottom, it's going to go up, make your neckline, come back down, double touch the bottom, and either fail or shoot back up to that neck. So you can see here it's overbought. That's on a 2-hour time frame. You can see the buyers were trying to come in, but they're not taking over. So the sellers are coming down. Let's see if we have another situation that looks like that. Nope. Cash is flowing out. It's not really coming back in to confirm that bounce. To me, it looks like it's overbought. I still can't figure it out because I don't want to go bet the farm on it and think it's definitely coming down. But you can see here, the money was flowing in. It looks like we're going to be setting up on a trend. If it breaks, it's coming down.
You got the money, Froggy. Bet the farm on it. I'm only teasing.
Well, I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, I want to do that 18 consecutive successful trades because it's riskier. But if you make 18 successful trades without one miss, you make so much money. So I'm sitting there thinking about skipping a bunch of trades and actually just doing the solids, and that's it.
Pull up HYMC, if you don't mind. We didn't do that one. I forgot about it.
Oh, it's finally
sad. I hold the
here.
position in it.
There's that head and shoulder.
There it is, yep.
Well, most of the times you don't count anything at the very beginning of the day because pre-market was manipulated. This is a correction candle. That's all you're seeing is a correction. And then once it gets back up there, that's why they call it a head and shoulder. They don't want to call it, stock market manipulation correction. So they call it something nice like, legal sounding. They call it a head and shoulder. So it makes sense why they do that because they don't ever want to admit that they do illegal stuff. But that's what you're seeing there. And that's why I usually try not to count the first 30 minutes of the trading day. I'll take that first candle out, correction candle out, and then I count that as where the head and shoulder is. Again, you can see last candle, ignore that. First candle, ignore that. And then you actually have a trend, which we go from here across to here. So first bounce. It's not quite moving yet, but it's getting up there. Let me get some of these lines out of here because we won't need to pay attention to those for a minute. Ms. Harris, you want to mute your mic over there? There you go. Thank you. Let me see who we have here in chat. We got Miss Harris. We got Lord Kong, Madhu, Dana.
One moment. Did you retweet the rooms? I need to send that to Jay Brown. Did you retweet the room? Did you post the link for the cheer up yet?
I got the space call posted on Twitter.
Okay.
Is that where I needed it to go?
Yeah, so I can let him know that he said he's going to try to get in here by 3:15 because he's working, but he's going to try, and I'll go send him the link so he can get your space on up in here. So yeah, that's where it goes.
All right, cool. I know Hedgie was having a hard time getting in here, so I wanted to make sure that the link was posted up there so you can get it. We got Cameron, Blaker Family Firearms, Sea Hill, Mellow Doug, Maddie, Koba, XX, Bobby, Ginsler, Sue Ray. Welcome, guys. me see if we got any questions or any comments we see. Yeah, Monday might be a pop-up, but I'm not sure. That's what I'm trying to figure out right now because I might not sure yet.
Can you look at OXY? OXY. I'm asking for someone in the chat. I don't think they know how to really. I don't think they know how to chat. I'm not asking for someone in the call. I don't think they know how to do this with the chat yet. I'm asking for that young man I told you to come in every single day. He likes your chat, and I told you the other day. His name is James. He's down there. We said James. So can you look at OXY for James, please?
Yeah, it's looking like it's overbought right now, but waiting to see. It's almost got to that double top. See, you take this last candle off on the day and you count it from here. You can see where it came up and touched. It actually looks like it's triple touching across there. So, but that's an old trend. Double top from back here, new double bottom, W, back up. Now we got to wait and see what it's going to do. Is it going to cross that line and go for a new high? Or is it going to pull back and come all the way back down here and sit within this channel here? So you got a nice big W, a W in a shorter time frame, larger time frame, and we're going to be testing to see if we're doing a breakout or not of this channel. So it's pretty much a waiting game, I think. You got cash flowing in. You can see here where the W forms. Cash flowed in and out to make that happen. Let me check a different time frame to see if I can see what's going on here. Nice clean gold cross on 2 hour and 4 hour. It's looking pretty good, actually. Sellers are starting to fall off. You see that down here, and the buyers are starting to take over. That's positive. It looks like you're getting divergence between the buyers and sellers. I would think this is going to keep moving higher, but just keep an eye on it because it's looking like it's overbought. But if it does cross that line and start pushing, you could get to some newer highs. So I'm not sure how long after that it's going to run because as you can see back here on the daily, it popped up for 1 day and then it came back into a cross, like a death cross back here. And it's doing the same thing, but I mean, it could quickly retrace. I think what pulled it back before was probably the earnings. Most people sell going into earnings, and then they buy right back in afterwards. That could be what you're seeing. Earnings came in, was decent, good enough for people to want to come back in. So all the money that was here, that sold, they're coming back in. So you're going to have momentum. I would think it's going to go a little bit higher, but let's see.
Froggy, Gary Ginsler's looking for you to donate to the coffee fund.
I'll send.
He became a member today. Gary Ginsler became a member today. He joined the membership.
Oh, wow. I better give him some coffee money. I'll give that man my 2 cents.
Yeah, give me your 2 cents, Froggy.
He probably won't want it, but
tell him how you really feel.
Gary, we'll show you some love on your Twitter page. I can't tell what it's going to do. I'm stuck. It's looking like we're about to bounce on the 15. 30's looking like it's going to bounce. 2 hours looking like it's weak. You can see here it's trending down. It does really look like it's going to come back down and bounce again, but is this a head and shoulder? Boy, this is a tough one. I think it's going to bounce down. I hate to say it, but I think that we're going to head lower. You see that little battle line, right? I call it a battle line because it's bulls versus bears right there. And it looks like the bulls have not taken it and ran with it. So, and this is my 2 hour weekly time frame. You can see that the MACD starting to like kind of parallel off right here, where there's 8 straight hours of consecutive same height on the MACD. That just means it's kind of flattened off and it's not sure where it's going. Typically, that's a top. And I hate to call it a top because like I want to see it go higher, but and this looks like a double bottom back here which would have made this pop up, but that's on a smaller time frame. So are we going to get a double bottom on a larger time frame? And it looks like there's a possibility for that. So
is that on OXY?
No, I've already talked about that one. I'm back on AMC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm going to let this one probably set up on Monday, and I'll just take the counterpunch to it. So whatever it does Monday, Tuesday, I'll probably work off of wherever it sets up, because right now it's sitting exactly at 1175. Close at 1180. What I call for max pain, 1175 plus or minus a quarter. Let's run right through the list real quick. We got GME, which we were calling for 97.50 plus or minus 250. It closed at 98.30. Next one, SPY. We're looking at 400. It's 401.68, which I don't think that brought anything in the money.
You're going to have to excuse me for a few minutes, please.
All right. Yeah, that brought in a small stack of calls. So there is a possibility of some movement to the upside on SPY on Monday, because all the puts got blown out. Not all of them, but pretty much a large stack of them. The ones that are still in the money now probably lost value. So IWM, that was supposed to be at 178. Finished at 178.16, so it didn't really change much. Tesla at 770 is what was predicted. 769.68. So I mean, you're within pennies of where that was expected to be. DWAC at 41. That one's going to be interesting. 41.79. So it's crazy. It didn't quite make it. That's the one I think we were expecting to go to 72 in order to bring all that stuff in. And it didn't quite get there. So it fell short. So all those calls got blown out. Or no, yeah, that's what it was, 42. So those calls got blown out. Tiny little stack of calls got brought into money, 300 of them. So pretty much a nothing burger for Friday. I guess going nowhere is better than going down.
Can you guys in the space card retweet the space card, let them know that it is live right now? Thank you.
Retweet that it's live. Ms. Harris, you want me to retweet it?
No, not you. Those in the space card. Like, since you already did it, I retweeted it so someone will see it. So SUA retweet it so people can see it. That gets more people in here.
Yeah, there's a promote button on there if you want to promote it out. That'd be amazing. Greatly appreciated. Let me see. It says many updates and improvements coming, and BBIG, or a big business event on, what is that? SAPE and BSAPE token? Never heard of it. Buy and hold our token. Let's go. Yeah, definitely hit that like button if you guys get a chance to. That does help things out here. Blaker Family Firearms says, tell us more about the Twitter thing. From what I understand, Elon was actually asking about the 5% bots, and he kind of wants some proof on it now. Let me see if there's actually an article or anything that's popping up. Now that I got Bloomberg, I can actually go down there and see if that article's in there, because I think that'd be kind of important to know. Because I kind of wanted to buy into Twitter because it was expected to go to 54.20, and now if Elon's playing that little delay game, DWAC is going to get some traction, and Twitter might be a put instead of a call. So it's strange how things quickly change. Nope, there's nothing new I don't see. Oh, wait, they're reposting old articles. You'd think they would be talking about that. Elon Musk is putting his Twitter deal on hold because of bots. It says, let me see here. Musk said the company has to prove that the bots consist of less than 5% of the users on the platform, which will be interesting because I think they have to disclose that information. If they tell them that it's less than 5% and they can't prove that, I think that would be fraud. So that'd be kind of interesting how that plays out. This is coming after a Twitter filing with the SEC earlier this month. They claimed the number of bots and spam accounts in its daily active user count of 229 million in the first quarter is less than 5%. That still sounds like a lot of bots. Removing the bots from Twitter is one of Tesla CEO's most advertised pitches. That's pretty much it. So I think he's just delaying things. I'm not sure if it's because he doesn't want to buy it or if he's looking for a way or an excuse to go and rebargain the price. Or he's looking to expose Twitter. I don't know what's going to happen, but either which way, Elon's up to something. Twitter is currently down to 40.77. If they come up with proof that there's less than 5% bots, the stock will obviously shoot back up probably to 46, 47, maybe even 50. But right now it's technically way oversold. It's actually at its current at the proper price if Elon plans on pulling out. If the proof comes through and everything, this is just going to be a dip buying opportunity. So you got two different ways to play it. Gary Gensler says, after looking into Citadel, I'm starting to think they may have shorted AMC. Yeah, just a little bit. I think it is kind of weird that Citadel was talking about AMC, and then I did hear from another YouTuber, I think it was Lou, I'm not sure if I can believe it or not, but I'll just take it for what he said. He was saying something about Citadel was actually in on space calls or something like that, and I was like, ooh, that would be kind of interesting. They're trying to keep an eye on our money. I don't know why they'd actually be in there listening in the space calls when they can just pull transcripts on all space calls anyways. So it's really strange. Now, I'm not saying that's exactly why AMC ran up yesterday, but 10 minutes after Citadel went and said something about AMC, a whole bunch of stocks ended up popping up. So very odd. Blaker Family Firearms says, what's your thoughts on the 1st of June? I think you're talking about the Boss Blunt's executive order for the 3rd of June. I kind of like it. it makes sense. I mean, he's pulling up executive orders that line up with those exact dates. And if you have a pattern that keeps appearing, you kind of bet on it just because, like, this would be the third one's a charm kind of thing. And I'm not saying you have to bet it just because it's the third one, but he's proven executive orders have been there for the 27th and the 3rd, and they're about to pop up again. So, I mean, I'll be watching that date close and 3 weeks leading up to it, which is, I think, next week. So keep an eye on it. There should be a ramp if it's going to run. That's what we're waiting on. That's why I'm kind of confused on where we're sitting right now. Are we going to pull back and set that bottom, like go back down to like just a little under 10, make that W bounce and then move? Or are we going to go into continuance from here and trend higher? And it's very tough to tell. Gary Gensler says investigations into AMC's market manipulation is still ongoing and hasn't been determined at this time. Yeah, I guess if you give the SEC enough coffee money, they can postpone any investigation. They might even not be able to even see anything. Miller Doug says he called the top on SPY today, 110% gain on a call option. Nice. Let me check and see what SPY was doing too. Oh, you had a couple tops you could have picked in there. Yeah, if you would have picked this as a top, I mean, you made some money. You can see it looks like it's going into a wedge. It's going to be interesting what Monday brings. You can see the death cross is popping up on the 30. Well, no, I thought it was 30. It was on a 5-minute. The 30 is almost into a death cross, but it has that buy signal right here that popped up. And it looks like it's going to try to bounce on it, but it looks like it's stuck in a wedge. So it's going to be interesting on how it plays, because right now you got that moving average up here, and it seems like it's being rejected just before it. So we're going to see what happens. Does it break here, cross over that moving average and start trending higher? Or does it get pushed back down, fall off this trend line, and head all the way back down? So Monday will be interesting. That will probably determine what happens for the entire week. You can see here cash has been flowing in, but it's not enough to push it up there. It got moving, but that's about it. On site says Gary Gensler participates on all Froggy streams and neglects his job. Yeah, unfortunately, I think that might be part of the problem there. He's paying a little too much attention to YouTube instead of SEC. Bobby says, having nothing to do with race, we're actually in a reparations play. Froggy, do you not agree? I've been wondering, because I know those comments came up with like Joe Biden with equity, reparations, and stuff like that. And it would be interesting if that's what he was talking about, is reparations for retail for what the bankers and hedge funds and stuff did to the people back in 2008. But this isn't the exact way to fix it. This is like a very sloppy, like broken way to repay the people that got screwed in 2008. So, but I mean, we're here now, and if they want to pay out millions to somebody for reparations and we just happen by chance are it, cool. If not, then it's a whole different topic of its own, and I don't know, might be political, not sure. Oh, Bella called the top? I gotcha. Lord Kong says, can you check out Saga? I'm not sure what that is. I'm not sure if this is exactly what you're looking at. Yeah, if you're looking up an acquisition company, usually those trade at about $10 a share. So if you're within pennies of $10, I would think you're about where you need to be for now until a game plan gets established. What's going on, Jay Porgy? How you doing, man? Yeah, definitely a good day on HYMC. Let me pull that one up while we got a chance. Definitely moved up pretty good, 13.5%. It's basically recovering some of the losses, so got a ways to go before we can actually get up there and feel more positive about the play. But basically 2 consecutive days of movement is pretty good. Definitely take it. Mellow Doug says, hey, look at Veru, or VERU. Let me go pull that one up. Yeah, it's up 43%, and it was one of the heavily traded ones on Fidelity. I did look it up over there too. It's number 10 on the active trading, but it's only 46% buys, 56% sales. It's kind of odd. Oh, Coinbase is up 16%. That's interesting. GameStop's up 9.8. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait for some Darkpool information to come out on this one. I'm actually gonna mark it down because I want to check on it. Just because, like, if they're buying it in the Darkpool, once you know they have inventory, then you can actually just kind of buy the dip, sell on the next rip, and still make money. Uh-oh.
Sorry about that. I had to go scare the fox out of the yard. He was trying to get in the hen house.
Bad time of the day, huh?
Yeah.
You probably shorted him, didn't you?
I was going to short him, but my neighbors were outside.
Let me see here. Bobby says, please like and subscribe. that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you, Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby, thank you. Would I miss anything?
No, not much. We just covered a couple more stocks. I was talking about Elon doing what Elon does best, which is tick people off. He's real good at stirring that pot.
Yeah,
He's like, Twitter, I want to see proof that you got only 5% bots over there.
Yeah, I heard something about that. He put it on hold.
Yep.
Interesting. Yeah, I heard about that because I'm wondering if DWAC was going to run because of that.
That's what I was looking at too. That's why I pulled that one up today. I thought DWAC was going to be, I don't want to say held back, but it didn't look like they were going to get moving the way they were supposed to because of all the SEC crap that was going on. And then with Twitter looking like it's being held off or postponed or whatever, it looks like DWAC is going to be a hot topic now.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to get ahead of the curve.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I kind of wonder if Elon's playing his games. Like I don't really know where he stands politically or whatever. I don't know if him and the other billionaire there are friends. You know what I mean? Or if they're doing what they do. I don't know. Like if they're playing games.
Well, if you could save $1 billion on a deal, why not do it?
Oh yeah.
I mean that he's doing what he can do. I mean, fools don't part of their money very easily. So he's trying to scrape off. I don't want to say pennies, but it's probably billions at this point. So it's brilliant. Yeah, Elon's all over the map. He's doing it on purpose. That's the wild part about Elon. Everything he does has a purpose.
Yeah. I have to think so. Yeah, it's pretty warm out there today, man.
Oh, yeah. It's supposed to be like 85 out there over here. Yeah, we're going to have to look deep into this weekend and see if we can figure out where the cash is moving. It looks like it's moving back in, but I can't tell if it's a dead cat bounce. So it's too tough.
Remember that ticker we were talking about? You don't have to show it on here, but
VRU?
No, the BH one.
BHVN?
Yeah.
The piggy bank. Let me pull that one up.
Yeah, I'm curious. I want to see that. I haven't looked at it yet today. Still go sideways all day, right?
Well, it's because it's got that gap up weirdness. So you have to kind of stretch it out to see activity. So you can see, looks like a short attack through here. As you can tell by the money. Buy support came in down across here.
Did it drop in price or what? That's what I want to know.
Oh, it's basically kind of flat. Up 40 cents, which isn't very much on something that's $101. So buyer support came in down here. It looks like it's curving off. It's kind of looking like the VIX, where it's got these little bounces that are starting to move up. Looking just like a VIX. That's weird. Let's go look at the VIX. Zoom out. There's the VIX.
Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that.
I'm trying to figure out the VIX and see where it's going too. It's doing that same thing where it's bouncing off this trend. You can see it was being pushed down, and I'm not exactly sure how they're pushing it down. But you can see the dollar is going just crazy. Running wild. The dollar is going to be the downfall of the stock market, that's for sure. As long as it keeps ripping up like the way it is, I would kind of expect to keep seeing negative weeks. That's parabolic movement right there. There's your first trend. That's a normal trend. But then when you start accelerating your upward trend, like that, that's called parabolic, and it's not really a good sign. Usually that's an indicator that you're about I don't know. Since this is an inverse of the stock market, basically, the market looks like it's just going to keep falling. You can see right now the buyers have stepped in. No sign of backing off on the daily. Weekly's got massive divergence, but usually with divergence like that, usually it does come right back together.
Sub has the boss. Thank you, buddy.
That's looking horrible. That's probably the worst divergence on the dollar that I've seen in a long time. That's even way worse than it was back during March when the whole C19 thing popped up. Look at that. Look at back here. Last time it ran that hard was way back there. I don't know. If that dollar don't turn around, I wonder where it's going to stop.
I don't know, man. I think every time it goes up, they push it, they slow it down, right? Or they stop it. They stop the crash from happening. I know that. They just pump money in, and it's crazy.
Usually when the dollar goes up, that gives our government and the Fed an excuse to go and put money into the system to cool it off. They ain't doing nothing. It's like last time I fell for this, when it looked like they were going to let it run, and Powell said, "Oh, no more money for the stock market." And I was like, puts. And then he went and dropped a handful of cash like the next day, and I'm like, why is the SPY going back up?
Yeah, that got me. Yeah, it got me.
He caught both of us, and I'm like, the Fed's like one of the biggest manipulators out there, because he even said no more cash and turned right around the next week and was like, oops.
Just for the record, the Fed is not the federal government. It's a banking industry.
It's a business.
Where's the SEC when this is going on? I don't understand.
That's what I don't understand either, because if it was the federal government, they could talk during market hours, but no business is allowed to talk during market hours about certain stuff. And these guys are actually manipulating the entire market during market hours. And if you notice when Powell talks, there's specific times that him and Joe Biden come out and talk, and they always impact the market perfectly on timing. It's weird. Trying to think. We got June coming up. They're going to do another rate hike, which will probably push this entire market over the edge. He said he wants a soft landing, but if he raises rates twice, it's not going to be soft. It's going to be nasty. So he's going to put money in, raise rates and put money in. I don't know how he's going to do it, to be honest. MULN. Currently trading at $1.01. Lou vs. Wall Street just said, "Don't fool yourself. We just witnessed a digital bank run. It's not a dip. It's the beginning of a digital depression." Is he talking about Luna? That thing got smashed. Expect a dip on Mullen here soon. Earnings is coming up. It's got to be after hours. No, is that pre-market? I don't know if that's indicating right, because that might be like after hours, but I'm not sure. I would expect it to sell off before it goes into earnings. So it's weird that it's going up before earnings. And you know how this market is. You can put out something good or bad, and if the market's going down, it's going down. So I'm going to draw a support line for this one. Pick it off of a non-corrected line, a steady bottom. And we'll be looking at possibly they shouldn't have any positive earnings. It should just be neutral. They have a little bit of operating cost loss. If I remember right, they're not selling anything yet. So it won't be till, I think it's next year, first or second quarter, that they'll start selling cars. And then you'll start seeing the stock start moving based upon sales. So I think it's still discount cheap as long as they're actually going to make a vehicle.
I'm not laughing at you, buddy.
No, it's all good.
Just thinking funny stuff in my head.
Yeah, there it is. Brian said, Citadel on a space call. Lou mentioned it, and Al from Boston has a pic showing them on space call today from today. I actually want to pull that up and see it because
I want to see it too because I want to know who they're exactly talking about. How do we know that's who it is?
Yeah.
And I was going to say something to you about that because I did hear about that. They made a video about it, I think, right?
I don't know. I see one that says Citadel social media strategy. The White House, they got 2 apes monitoring communications from Gary Gensler, JP, who's JY? Janet Yellen. Oh, okay. Gary Gensler, Jerome Powell, Janet Yellen, and President Biden. Now, it's not very smart to actually be admitting if you're there spying on Gary Gensler, Powell, and Janet Yellen, and you're admitting it, you could get yourself in trouble.
Yeah.
So we got insiders and stuff, but you know how this government plays. Not right. I don't see. If anybody did watch Al from Boston's video, and they do know which video it is, there's probably a time frame in there. If you have that link or information, please put it in chat so I can pull up the video because like these 5 videos here in a row all look like they're all the same. It's just one generic title, and that's pretty much it. I'll be looking for it, though. I definitely want to see Citadel in a space call.
Dana Young says PPT, Plunge Protection Team.
Yep. Good question here from A-Rod. It says, do you think we'll see single digits with AMC? We were there once before. The thing I worry about is, like, are we actually doing a true bounce, or are we going to set a double bottom? That little buy signal check mark right there tells me it's not going to go down, that we're in a trend. That's a correction, but yeah, it's telling me that we're in a trend, and you can see it. It's riding right on that line too. So it doesn't matter what it does in the after hours. It can come all the way down here after hours, but as soon as that market opens up, it goes right where the market says the price should be, in theory. So you can see the cash did flow in. The stock should have been up, and it was. So, I mean, everything is exactly the way it's supposed to. I just wonder what Monday is going to bring. Very tough to figure out. Same buy signal check mark here. It did bounce, hit the resistance, It didn't actually do a bounce. It went into like what appears to be a flag. Keep an eye out for breakout either which way. Yeah, let me see. Bobby says, can I get the mic for a second?
Yeah, Chris is in the YouTube chat, and he's asking what a space call is. It's just a voice chat service on Twitter. It's called Twitter Space Call.
Bobby, the floor is yours, man.
Hey, what's up, Mediocre? What's up, Froggy? Yeah, Froggy, I just got a simple question. Just to make sure, we got 3 catalysts coming up in June. Is that correct?
We got 3 catalysts. I know there's the Ryan Cohen catalyst, the executive order catalyst, and is that
the numbers for
CAT Systems in July, I think, July 11th.
We still haven't got all the numbers on the movie there.
And we still have Fed rate hike June and July. So we got 50 basis points coming up for both months. And we also got Melvin Capital going to be closing out their position. I'm sure they got a loss, probably a big one. And that could cause an issue too.
Cool beans. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Oh, you're welcome, Bobby.
Keeping an eye on all of those just because, like, I think all those dates and times are important. Holy cow. Somebody sent me a derivatives thing. It says bank derivatives are around $650 trillion. JP Morgan leads the pack with 50 trillion. See, this is now when it's a derivative, let me pull this thing up because you're going to want to see this. First, I'll put it out on Twitter, make sure it's out there. And then pull it out in picture form, pop it up here. And it doesn't zoom in very well, which is like the bad part. But let me pull it up here. Wonder how blurry it gets on your screen. I guess it ain't too bad.
No, it's not too bad.
All right, you can see Goldman Sachs here. Now, I wish it showed leverage because Goldman Sachs don't have that much money. And last I knew, there were 136 to 1 leverage. You got Citibank, JP Morgan, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, State Street, HSBC, Bank of New York, U.S. Bank, PNC Bank, Western Alliance, and Northern Trust. And I'm pretty sure most of them, the big ones, they're probably all shorting AMC. So I think State Street is too. I'm not sure about HSBC. I think Bank of New York is, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Citibank. So that's the problem. When you start looking at the derivatives, look at those numbers. Those are trillions. Million, billion, trillion. 50, 48, 42, 18, 9, 2, 1, 1, and 3/4. So I wish that money would transfer to us, but I don't think it will move in that kind of direction. I mean, I hope it does. I got more to pull up here too. Give me a second. Yeah, that's where I was reading it from, Blockbuster. Yeah, that derivatives link was sent, or that picture was actually from Blockbuster. Thank you for sending that over to me. Oh, I thought I had more. Hello, Dana. How you doing? Yeah, I think there is a possibility of us going back down to 10, but let's see if we can hold that trend. I mean, you can see SPY right here holding a trend, and you're going to see AMC holding the same exact trend. A little bit more volatile looking, but same trend. Same wedge. So let's see where it goes. There's first bounce, second bounce. It's going to dip, go back up, try to make a nice shot at it. If it does not cross 1250, I mean, that will form the C triangle, and then it will make one final attempt. So basically, it looks like it's saying first thing in the morning on Monday is where it's going to take its shot. So we'll know Monday morning which way it breaks. So this is a 50-50. So for anybody that's looking to buy, if this thing does pop out and start running upward, I mean, you'd want to buy on the breakout. If you see it break below, obviously it's going to come back down to probably like, I don't know, 980. I don't want to be too crazy with it because you do have other points to stop at on the way down. But most of the times when it breaks here, it usually comes back down pretty far. But yeah, 50-50 chance right here. It's not very clear.
Because of all the nice dips, man, I was able to triple my position. I'm super stoked, man. I'm so grateful.
Hey, today, or yeah, I was gonna say today's been a wild week. This week's been a wild week. I mean, we had a 30% move and lost like 25% of it in one day yesterday. Oh, I see. The video you sent me was the White House. I got two apes monitoring the communications. Let me pull that up here. Yeah, I'm not seeing the link. Well, I got the link pulled up, but I can't find the spot in the video.
Felix wants to know if you can pull up BBIG when you get a minute.
Yeah. Moving up in the after hours, which is kind of nice. Let me see here. Oversold at this point. Looks like it's going to break up through it, even though it is the after hours and it's getting that gold cross. I mean, I was already expecting this one to run higher before, and it did get close. I think I called it to go to 3. It stopped short, but that was in the pre-market, which doesn't really count, and then it came right back down. That is weird.
Dippin says, Froggy, do you think GME will go back to $80, or will it try to drop, or will they try to drop it much more because of the stock dividend split in June?
The dividend split is going to be interesting on how it plays out. Give me a second. Let me go grab a drink real quick. If you want to take over, give me a second.
Yeah, well, if you guys got any questions or anything in the comments to help me keep it all going, it would be greatly appreciated. Yeah, I seen BBIG was moving earlier. I can't share a chart or anything until he gets back, so let him get a drink and we'll look at BBIG. I'll give him to pull the chart up. So Chris says, hey guys, I have to ask, what happened with CS trades? I do not see any videos, not that I would watch. I'm just going to say that we're going to release another video, and it's probably best that we don't hear from him, and I'll just leave it at that. So Jay Portuguese is telling me that I believe BBIG is up over 5% in the after hours right now. So maybe Froggy could pull that up.
Oh, I thought I had it pulled up. Whoops.
That's all right.
There it is. Yeah, it's popping in the after hours. 6.1%. Not sure what's moving it up. I'm going to check the news. There may be something that's making it go. Oh, that's what it is. You have to have the shares bought before the 17th. Or 17th is the last day you got to have the shares purchased. Because on the 17th, I think it's on the 18th, you actually get credit so you can get Cryptide. And I think that's payable on the 27th, but I can't remember the dates exactly. But I know it's something in that fashion for order.
What's it have to do with a non-fungible token? I heard something about that today.
I'm not sure if they give you an NFT or a crypto token. I thought Cryptide was a crypto token, but not sure.
I heard something about an NFT, and I'm not really a fan.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I'll do some more research later. I knew about the Cryptide token because we've been talking about it, but if it has to do with, I think the company that they're promoting for the Cryptide token has something to do with what I was told, NFTs, but I'm not certain on that either. So just forget I even said anything, people, please.
All right, BBIG, let me check the options stuff here real quick. Oh, it's got a ways to go to make some damage. As long as it stays above 250, those puts can be wiped out. Could be. Who knows? I don't know how it works when they're already in the money at the end of the day. Or no, I guess those puts did get wiped out. We're at 276. Need to go up to $3 to bring those calls in. And I think only certain institutions can actually execute them in after hours. So the big ones. I know we can't do it, which that's not even fair to us either. Institutions can hold their stuff through the weekend, and I think even part of Monday, and still count the option as still good. Something weird like that, and we don't get that right. Or maybe it's a couple hours. I can't remember. Something goofy. Look at it right now, up 8%.
Wow.
I don't think it's going to make it to 3, but we'll see.
Hey, Froggy, I got a GME question, if you will.
Yeah, fire away.
Yes, sir. Do you think that it'll be more beneficial as it relates to GME post split or squeeze? Like, what I'm trying to say is, like, is it better to have the split before the squeeze on the GME?
It won't matter, to be honest. I mean, if anything, I think when they split and the price comes down, I think the stock will become more attractive. That's the reason why AMC blew up so quick, is because the stock price was so cheap. They were both a heavily shorted company, but GME had all the damage done. And when you have a choice of buying one share of AMC or like 10 shares of, or no, I said it wrong. If you have a chance to buy one GME share or like 10 AMC shares, people were picking the AMC share. And because they were both considered squeeze plays. And I think that pulled some of the attention away from GME. And as that money kept flowing over to AMC because it was cheaper, it made the stock in itself bubble. And they had to keep shorting it to hold it down. And at some point, we surpassed GME in damage done to the company. So we're both pretty big. It's not clear which one's bigger, but we're both huge for a squeeze play. And the longer it goes on, I think the more it benefits us because we have steady cash flow, where there's a lot of buyers coming in every day. Right now, what's happening with GME is like people want to get in before that split, because when it splits, it's going to, in my thoughts, it's going to attract more buyers, and that will make the price go up. More buy orders will come in, and more shorting will have to be done, and it'll make it a more of a competitive play, price wise. But it's confusing because not all squeeze plays are created equal. They're all different, unique in their own way. And AMC and GME are both kind of different squeeze plays. They'll probably end the same way, look the same way, but they're both damaged a little bit different.
I think what they're asking, Froggy, and I think it's a possibility that it'll happen. I think they're wondering if they're going to face a short attack to drive the price down before the dividend, so that they can cover some of their losses at a cheaper price. I think that's the question they're trying to ask.
It won't matter. If anything, before the split, what they'll want to do is raise the price up so less people can see you afford less shares. Let it split at a higher price so there's less shares to cover. Because if they drive the price down at like half what it's at, when you spend money to buy one share, you could buy two, then it splits 3.3 to 1, then the dividend comes out on it. I mean, you get more dividend and it hurts the shorts more. So I think that's what they're going to be looking to do, is run the price up going into the split, and then they'll bring it back down after you've got your shares. Just a thought, though. Because you got to think of it, if you're an evil market maker and you don't want people buying shares, what's one way to keep them from buying the shares? You raise the price up. What's one way to discourage them? Drive the price down. So you want GME shareholders to own less shares. So the new coming people that are buying the shares, you want them to buy less. You run the price up. And that's just me thinking. It might not even play out that way. They might be stupid and drive the price down and give us more shares. They've been pretty stupid as of late. I mean, they took AMC down under 10, and people started buying basically 2 instead of 1 share at a time. And it's going to hurt them in the long run, that's for sure. Taking a peek at the total damage done. 5.187 billion.
As it relates to AMC, there's some content creators saying, I'm not going to mention their names, but they're saying that they're not going to add any more AMC until it drops to $5. I think that's huge. I think that's stupid. You know, if it's $10, why not? But that's neither here nor there.
Well, I added. I haven't added in a long time.
Drop to $5, so why would you want to wait? I mean, you get it where getting good. I mean, what the heck?
The problem is, and this is what I think people are realizing, right? Like, we never closed under 10. We did drop under 10, but we haven't closed under 10. So as far as I know, I do not believe that their collateral is going to go up unless they close below $10 or close below whatever it is. What is it, $7, Froggy?
What is it?
With the haircuts, right? They have to close below that price, I think, just because they bounced down to $9. So they may be trying to avoid that as well. I'm just speculating, but that's just my opinion, right? So if they close in the $9 range or the $7 range or wherever, which I don't really see it happening, but it could, then that means they got to pay more collateral. To get to $5, it's how much collateral is it?
I think it was like 25%, and then if it goes under 10, it's 30% supposedly.
Yeah, and I thought it goes more if it gets under 5 or gets down that low.
Something like that.
I just don't remember the whole thing because I think they're going to avoid it.
I think it jumps all the way from 30% to 100% under 5.
Yeah, that's what I think too. There's another number. I'd have to go back and relook at it. But I'm not certain. So, but they don't want to pay the extra collateral anyway. So maybe they do. I don't know. We'll find out if they do want to pay it or they don't want to pay it, right? But when they dropped it under $10, look what happened, right?
Oh yeah, we were buying heavy.
They started running up. We were buying heavy. They started letting the price run up. People bought in options. How many of those options came into money today?
Let me pull it up here. I don't think hardly any did.
Exactly. That's the whole point of it.
Yeah, they stopped us under 12. And that's all they had to do is stop us under 12, and they pretty much wiped out all of our call options. So for all those people that put all them call options down, you got 40,000 that got blown out, 22,000 that got blown out, 32,000 got blown out, and anything above 13 was pretty much toast anyways, and they should probably never have bought it. But when they ran the price up 30%, a whole bunch of money jumped on these out of the money options, and those people are greedy and they got blown out. And that's what is happening. This is a rinse and repeat cycle kind of thing. Now, if you take a look, we should probably start going into the Greeks, because until this stock starts moving in a gamma ramp, stay off the options for now, because you're handing money to the market maker. If you look at your theta, like for every contract and every share that you have, you're probably paying 7 cents per day in theta. And that adds up to be roughly about, $7 in theta per day. And your contract is probably, 100, 125, or maybe less than that. I don't know. I usually don't look that far outside the money. But your theta is probably horrible. And as you're sitting on it for 3 straight days, and you got you're on your last week. I mean, some of these people that were picking like 20 calls, I mean, that's basically a YOLO. I mean, we were just trading at 10 and you're thinking it's going to go to 20. You're just handing the market maker money, saying, here, go short the stock more. And when you buy a call, they're not going out there and buying your shares for you and holding it. They're setting a sell wall right at your strike. So that's so you can't go in the money. So you're creating these barriers against yourself. And that's how max pain is created, is when the people that buy puts, what they're doing is they're putting buy walls there, and it creates a barrier so you can't cross it. And they do it for both sides, and their algorithm just basically ping pongs back and forth between these barriers that we create with the options. And that's it. That is pretty much it. And how to beat that? Buying raw shares pounds right through those walls. So we'll say if nobody bought options, instead of buying options, you bought raw stock. If there was a couple options sitting on that track, then you could hop over that wall and bring them options in the money for them. So right now we have too many people not buying raw shares, too many people buying options, and we're actually defeating ourselves. We got Spence here. I figured he'd probably want to talk about this too, so I'll bring him up here.
Yeah, go ahead.
But that's exactly what it is. And the thing is, I'm guilty of it too. I'm greedy. I want to play my options too. But
I do too, and it was juicy. It looked very, very, very juicy. But I will say I did not play into their game because I knew it was a trap. It was obvious, I think.
But what I
It
do,
was a psychological rug pull yesterday, man. It ticked me off, man, for sure.
yeah, well, you gotta know what a pump and dump looks like, and they did that on purpose to basically bull trap a whole bunch of calls, and they got it. And you figure if I'm a market maker, I don't care about shorts or puts, because I look at both of them as being food for the table. And so when I go and drive the price up 30%, and I get a whole bunch of people to dive on saying I'm betting the farm on it, and then I rug pull it, I get to put all that money on my table and I get to eat it later. And that's what they're doing. And it's worse than that, though. Like, okay, they drove it up. We bought the call options. I didn't buy the call options. I wasn't playing that game. I actually bought more raw shares because I wanted to try to punch through that wall. If I would have bought an option, that would have put a bigger wall up there for you guys. So I bought raw shares. And
I as well bought raw shares a lot.
If they're getting desperate, they're losing liquidity. So that's right. It's a little trick in the book.
I love everything being said, and I love that people are catching on from Twitter to Reddit to StockTwits. Dude, they did literally. I tweeted yesterday during the run. I tweeted immediately, "Don't fall for the Citadel market maker options trap on this run up. Hey, let's pump it 30% because we."
You there, Froggy? Something happened to the sound.
Played in their market right now, so you're tied in with them no matter what.
Wait a minute, the people in the chat, the people in the stream can't hear you. They saying no sound. They want to hear what you're saying. They're saying no sound. So I know you said you got to go get pizza. I mean, you want to get the pizza. Are you able to jump back in? Because someone wants to know about HYMC. We got to try to get the audio up.
Yeah, Froggy must be having technical difficulties. I'll just say real quick.
Oh no, I'm back. There was an issue over here. I had to go take care of it. I didn't know the sound went down too.
Yeah, we're back.
was saying real quick, whether you're for DRS or not is up to you, but I really highly encourage everybody to think about this. If 500,000 AMC shareholders log 1,000 shares, consider that's 500,000 out of 4 million retail investors is not hard to do. There's 600,000 Investor Connect members. But if we log anywhere near 400 to 450 million, one, we prove that we're already over the float because institutions own 188 million shares. But two, if we see, say, 500,000 AMC shareholders log 1,000 shares each, just based on those numbers on average share per shareholder out to 4 million, you legally have proof that they have naked shorted the company to death. That gives AMC and Adamarin all the firepower they need. And if you're worried about Citadel having anything to do with computer share, keep in mind that AMC pays computer share to ledger their books. They pay computer share to do everything we're talking about, and they have the computer share link and phone number directly on the investor relations webpage. So I'll just kind of leave it at that. That's just my little push this week. No Options May is awesome. I think people are really waking up to what's going on. And, man, if you do DRS, my recommendation is, you go for what you want to go for, but I'm not going to do 20% over what I own for shares, just in case we do have some wacky squeeze in a one-day scenario and I want to sell quick. So that's all I got, man.
Yeah, I think like with the options, instead of buying call options on AMC, like you're better off buying it on something else like SPY. You know it's going to go in the same direction for now until there's a divergence on it, because when there's too many call options and not enough stock orders, what it does is those sell walls that they put there can't be defeated by the buy orders. So we can't create a gamma ramp and we create max pain. So we defeat ourselves every single week. So what we need to do is back off on the options even more and just buy more raw shares and until we can actually force that gamma ramp.
Well, you're also saving yourself. If the price goes down, you own the shares. You don't have to sell. You wait until you profit again. Or you go up and you win anyways. But if you buy the weekly options like a bunch of people did this week, not most of us, but some of the really influential tubers talking about jumping in on calls, and they got their eyes ripped out again. We called this price action, a week ago? Well, I mean, we've been talking about this for 3 weeks now, you know?
The problem is some of the YouTubers calling out them call options, how old are they? Not old enough to know mechanics. They just know, we make more money on calls. Well, technically you don't if you can't gamma ramp.
Yep.
You can swing it. A swing, you can get 50 cents, $1 here and there. You can make some good money, like quick money, but it doesn't benefit what we're trying to do. We're prolonging this process by not playing it right. And what we need to do is understand we're not defeating that sell wall, so we can't get a gamma ramp. And for people loading up way too many call options, it's going to hold us in the same price. And if you look at it, remember when BBIG was blowing up and everybody's like, it's squeezing? Well, everybody bought calls. What that did was it put a big sell wall in there. It put a top in, brought the price back down. Squeeze never happened. How did that work? Because they took your premium and they put shorts right there. They sold shares right in your face and said, don't cross this line. They made a line in the sand, but it was with your money. So we couldn't win. I'm not saying I didn't play BBIG, but I called it out over and over. That's exactly what they were doing.
Yep. And keep in mind, they're circulating FTDs too. So when you buy these options, man, Citadel's like, cool, there's my premium. So I'm going to take it. I'm going to go ahead. Now we got a ceiling. We have a $20 strike price with 20,000 open interest on calls. We're going to reshuffle our puts. We're going to slam the FTDs down. And we're going to take all these premiums, and our puts are going to make money on the backside. And then we're going to come back in and reshort the stock. It's so obvious, and it's such a common sense thing, man. It's pretty wild.
It would be different if they were delta hedging. And this is what I tell everybody. Okay, we'll say 50,000 puts go on the put side and 100,000 calls go on the call side. Technically, it's weighted heavier for calls to puts. If they were doing proper delta hedging, it would automatically go up because there's more money on the call side. But that's not how they do things now. They changed that back in June. Now what they do is they take your money and they bet against both sides. So they put a buy wall on the put side and a sell wall on the call side, and then they just ping pong the stock price between the two. And they sit back and laugh because they took both sides' money, and that was it. That's all they do. Whatever's left over, they put it in the pocket.
Yep. That's what I'm saying, man. Just, you cannot go wrong with buying raw shares because you're protected both ways. You're either going to make money or you're going to hold a bag for a little while and then eventually make money anyways, as long as you don't sell. But the biggest thing is, the biggest point of it is you don't want market makers like Citadel making money on meme stock options. I mean, they've warned us for a whole year about it. Gasparino even said Ken Griffin is making millions off of you guys through these trades because people aren't buying to the direct exchange and people are making options plays. And the majority of the payment for order flow money that comes in and out was for options in 2021. So, I mean, you guys, people can keep doing the same thing we've been doing for 12 months. I would rather change it up. I think No Options May was a huge success. And even I was skeptical of DRS back probably like 4 months ago because I didn't understand it, know enough about it properly. But I think it's time just to log the float, man, because I'm telling you, I personally think 1 million retail investors would log the float, and it would give us a good indicator of how far we're actually over the float.
All my shares are on there.
You know what I think is going to happen within the next 60 to 90 days? I believe, and I'm not going to mention who it is, but I believe one of the meme stock CEOs is going to do a huge rug pull, and it's going to have them scattered like a chicken with their head cut off. Mark my words. Watch. I like where we're sitting on AMC and Hycroft right now. I'll tell you that. We've got catalysts out to the end of the year, like major catalysts. Probably some really good surprise catalysts that they can't talk about. And our earnings are just going freaking crazy, man. Doctor Strange hit over $500 million globally within an 8-day period. The movies coming out are insane. The box office is going to blow up this year, and AMC is taking a major market share in the domestic market on these revenues for admissions. So I am absolutely not selling. I'm not leaving. I personally think we're getting ready to have a repeat of last May and June. So I'm pretty excited and hope everybody's doing good, man. I just had to jump up here quick because I loved what you guys were saying, and I'm gonna go watch Game of Thrones and eat some pizza.
We always appreciate it, Vince. We appreciate you. We really do. Have a good one, and I guess we'll see you the next time you pop in.
Yeah, thanks for
Yeah,
coming.
thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Vince, bud.
Thanks, Froggy.
Yep, have a good night, man.
Okay, everyone is up in the space call. Will you please go down into the chat and like and subscribe if you haven't already? Jay Portuguese, have everybody's over the Mediocre Traders channel. Jump over to Froggy's channel and like and subscribe. And everybody's in Froggy's chat. Please jump over to Mediocre Traders chat, like and subscribe. We need both of these channels to be liked and subscribed. Thank you, guys.
I got a question here. It says, why aren't there any options sold in May? Retail didn't buy or market maker didn't sell. Can someone answer that? At first, at the very beginning, there wasn't very many options there. So it should have left very small buy and sell walls. And all of a sudden, with a large price movement, the market maker was able to stir the pot and like get the calls moving again, because they need those calls to create sell walls. And so I think that 30% move was just basically to trick bears into coming in and getting greedy, and they got slaughtered. And that's just unfortunately, that's how it's going to work until
they said hold my beer, shorted the stock down to $10, entice a whole bunch of people. It enticed all of us. Let's be real. I mean, I bought shares and I'm an options player, but I knew exactly what they were doing. We didn't have the upward momentum. They just crushed us on earnings, even though earnings was good. There was no way they were going to let it run up. They just used us. They mined. Never mind. I'm not going to say they got into people's minds, right? And that's what happened. It's sad, you know.
Yeah, like I seen it coming, and like I bought in at a cheap price, figuring it shouldn't have went down 3 days in a row, and I was kind of mind blown on it that it actually went down 3 days in a row because it usually bear traps by Tuesday. So we had a bear trap leading into Wednesday, so they were really gobbling up them bears, and then I'm like, we need a bull trap. Like they've really got to work this thing to get that bull trap.
Okay, Froggy, one moment, Jay Brown was asking me a question about you. Hold tight. He said he can't see your stuff. He can't see you. He can't see the page, your space. Hold on. It's up there. Hold tight. How can I retweet? I retweeted it. Oh.
I have no idea. It's something weird with Twitter that they've been doing recently, and I'm not sure why some people can't see my space call.
I'll retweet it again.
Okay,
I'll retweet it again right now.
Okay. Can you retweet to him, J Brown, please?
Let me see if I can find it.
Let me see if I can. If you can, I'll try because you just DM me.
Yeah, I got him.
Okay. I'm sorry, Brock. I didn't mean to stop you, but he had just asked me a question.
I sent it to him directly.
Oh, you did? All right, cool.
Need for Speed, thank you for your contribution. It says, can't wait to see them on the street begging for money like Rudolph and Mortimer Duke. I actually don't know who those are. Oh, yeah, let me pull up BBIG. We're paying attention to that.
Jay, can you please send everybody over to Froggy screen to like and subscribe? Jay Portuguese, send everybody from the Mediocre Trader channel over to Froggy to like and subscribe. And all those wonderful people that are in Froggy's chat, please jump over to Mediocre to like and subscribe. Thank you.
Yeah, you can see it's doing like a weird walk thing. It's outside the band of the Bollinger Band. So it looks like it's pulling itself back in. It's very normal. It goes outside, and then it comes right back in. And now it has a chance to consolidate and go back up or do whatever it's going to do. I don't even know why it's running up, to be honest. Could be shenanigans. It could be somebody covering. Who knows?
Well, that's got a high short interest on it, too. I don't remember what it is, but I could look it up if you want.
No, it's one of the ones on the short list. It doesn't matter how much short that it is. It's definitely one of the ones on the list that will probably squeeze when time comes.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Rudolph and Mortimer were characters on Eddie Murphy's movies.
Yeah, that was a good movie, Trading Places.
Hello, everyone. I want you guys to know that we have the famous Jay Brown in the chat. He's listening. I can send you the mic, Mr. Brown.
Welcome, Jay Brown.
Welcome.
There you go.
everybody. And I'm not famous, man. I'm a regular dude.
Yes, you are. Stop saying that. Go ahead, though. We appreciate it.
I'm not famous. I'm a regular dude, like everybody else, pants leg, one leg at a time.
I know you.
How y'all doing?
I know you humble. We appreciate you.
Pretty good, man.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Now, I seen your I'm not sure whether it was an interview or if it was just a meeting of the minds where you had Dave and Matt and those guys together. I
can barely make out what you're saying, man. It sounds like you're in a tunnel.
We're going to talk about his. He said just the meeting of the minds. He's talking about the 100 retail 100 day. You talking about that or the meetings of the minds? Which one you want to do? Can you hear me, Jay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. It's on you. The floor is yours.
Oh, no, you told me they wanted to know what the retail day 100K meant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I had in mind for it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, please.
All right. Well, let me introduce myself to the host. Hey, Froggy. How you doing, buddy? I hadn't had a chance to meet you yet. Appreciate the invite to the space, man. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to come in and chat with y'all. I'm driving to the airport right now in a storm and rain, so just bear with me. But basically what Retail Day 100K is, a good friend of mine, Dave Lauer, is getting a petition together. We've done a lot of petition drives. And they hired some lobbyists to work with them with the We the Investor part. And, you know, like I said, I trust the guy and I believe in him, and he's a good friend of mine. And when he said that, he was like, man, the petition is only at 69,000. And I'm like, I don't want to put a petition in front of Gary Gensler with 69,000 people on it. And I've had people say, oh, it's not going to go anywhere, this and that. Well, you never know until you try. So with cryptos, you know, doing what it did, what it's been doing, along with the stock market, along with the NFT and crypto markets, what I decided to do was put together a space for all of retail. It's not to deter you from whatever stocks you like. I'm an AMC holder, I'm a GME holder, I'm a crypto holder. So I'm all around retail. AMC gave me my start, but at the same time I've grown and I've seen other opportunities, and I made the decision for me to do what was best for myself. I never push it on anybody, but what I do push is connection. What I do push is understanding other people's point of views. And even if you disagree, that's fine. Let's do it in a human to human fashion rather than hand to hand combat.
Right.
And what this day will be is that I'm asking, you know, all of retail to come into the space, and the people that host the space calls, the people that listen, the people that speak in them, is that we're going to run this space, man, and we're going to have people from crypto, we're going to have people from the stock market, we're going to have people from NFT, the NFT side, we have artists coming in, and I want everybody to just bring their space to one place. This is not to promote me or make my name big, because you already know I don't really, shit. I'm the king in my house, so that's good enough for me, so I'm not trying to be anybody's leader, but with everything moving the way that it's moving across all the financial system, I believe retail needs to move in one race. And I thought no time better than the present, because we watched them drain crypto before. We watched them drain the market before. And I think those were missed opportunities. But now with them coming out with mainstream media saying, okay, because these retail investors such and such, like my grandma used to say, oh, you crying? I'm going to give your ass something to cry about. So now we're going to give them something to cry about along with our voices. So if this petition, and I do believe it should reach, the desk again, I do believe they're going to get the audience. I don't know how, but I have faith, because that's all we have to, that's all we can have in some of these things. We can't, the information that we want is not transparent. So we got to go digging. We got DD guys. We got TA guys. We got all these different people pulling information from wherever the hell and sharing the information. And that's the thing, man. So my thing is, I want a voice to go along with those petition letters. I want them to feel the human side of who's in this play, how they got in this play. Not really
for the matter how long they've been in the play, but just to be participating in it. If you got a family member or a loved one or whoever supports you, I want them in the space too. I want to break Twitter. You know what I'm saying? I really want to show them what Retail United really looks like, because to be honest with you, taking over these social media platforms with our message of sharing, talking about, you know, our favorite stocks, our favorite crypto, shit, just running the mill stuff. If you jump in the space late at night, we talking about our kids and our jobs and everything. We span the globe. So it's no more Occupy Wall Street in my mind. It's Occupy the world financial systems, because it is a worldwide phenomenon what we're doing. So that's pretty much it. And I got some of the YouTubers to come together. Trey has agreed to live stream continuously until we reach 100K. I talked to Kenan Grace. I talked to TLRY, Bigums, Shudgevich, and Randall Cornett, and a couple other ones. And I'm also including some guys that YouTube for crypto. I want to present a unified front. And that doesn't mean you have to abandon what your conviction is or give up on anything. What it shows is a commonality. And the commonality that I figured out about all of this shit is that retail is retail. If you press the buy and sell button, y'all heard me say this for a long time now. If you press the buy and sell button yourself and you don't pay a fee and you don't ask anybody's advice, you're a retail investor to me. You're an 8. And that's just where I'm at. So that pretty much explains it. It's going to be next Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. I hope to see everybody there. And like I said, don't just, you know, if you every day in spaces, don't just bring yourself. Invite your friends. Invite your family members to come and understand and learn what all we're doing, because we have some very wonderful spirits and wonderful people in this movement that, you know, they're finding their voice. And by sharing yours, you allow them the light to share theirs.
Now, Jay, you told most of your stuff, most of your information now, but you know that's still that interview, that collabo with Froggy, that one-on-one collabo with Froggy. I know you want to do research. I do know how you are, Jay. You want to do research.
You know how I am.
I know you are, but don't forget. You know, after you do your research, I think that you're going to implement what they can do that interview with Froggy, that one-on-one interview with Froggy. It's about you. It's going to be about you.
We're going to make it about everybody. You know how I am. I don't want to be about me.
You're being so humble. That interview was like I said in my DM when I messaged you, it's a collaboration interview with you and Froggy. That's what it is. Yes, that sounds good. Let me do my research on him. He's a good dude, so you do the research. But I did sign him myself, Mediocre Trader, up to support you. So now.
All right, well, now since you signed up 3, I need you to sign up 3 more.
Okay, I got 5 kids. I signed them up. So now, tell me the date that you're going to do your one-on-one with Froggy.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't. It's so many. See, the thing about it is, there's so many moving parts. This thing for next Saturday, I've been working on it for 2.5 weeks, y'all. I think everybody knows when I'm behind the scenes working on stuff, I don't try to bite on too much I can chew. Like,
that's fine.
I literally was on the road yesterday from 10 o'clock in the morning driving to 11:30 at night, then woke up at 7:30 this morning, and I'm still on the road.
Okay, that's
so
fine.
It's like, you know, but at the same time, I did watch a couple of YouTube videos. I did like what I seen, and like I said, man, the way that I like to approach things, and everybody knows this, is not. I never want to put myself in a situation to where, you know, I'm looked upon as if I'm different than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? It makes me feel weird, because my thing is,
humble.
If I want somebody to use their voice, I can't make my voice outshine theirs. Now, of course, when I look in the mirror, I see the baddest person in the world looking back at itself. But at the same time, that's my personal thing. But when it comes to this community, I also always want everybody to know that what we do for each other and what we do, it counts. Consistency counts. I can grow, but I'm not changing. So that's right. I mean, we'll sit down and we'll chop it up and we'll talk about the movement. We'll talk, I share a couple of things about myself, but I try to make it about everybody else rather than just be about me. That's just who I am.
But Froggy
just make sure you add Froggy and I. Just make sure you add Froggy and I on Twitter so we can communicate, because that'll be good. I know Froggy wants to communicate with you, as do I. So, we could set something up, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was just sitting there thinking, like, I want to know more about the petition signing thing, because I don't even know where to go. We should definitely get that set up, because
I'm sorry, I signed them up without even I signed them up anyway without even getting their permission. But Froggy, he supports people as long as it's right. So, and I knew you were right. So I signed them up, and I told them that I did sign them up. I did not tell a story or hide anything. I said, no, I signed y'all up for Jay saying. I did tell them that. So not today, the other day I told them. The day after I signed them, I told them.
So the good thing about it is like we're gonna actually have a visual of how to go to Real Investor and sign up and get some of the newsletters and see what the mission is, and I think it's something that everybody can get behind. Like I said, we all have our theories, we all have our ways to try and get transparency and do different types of things. And my thing is, this is a non-contradictory type of situation to where it shouldn't go against what anybody else is already doing. It should only add to it. So Trey is going to be showing how to sign up live. We'll be talking about how to sign up. If you go to my thread, you'll see that I've posted several times. You go to Dave Lawler's thread or Pete's thread or, anybody that I come in contact with. I talk to a lot of people on Twitter. Like, I respond to every DM. It's crazy, but I do. To show you, like, if you just go to it, like, I think, if you go to my page, my page and you see one of my posts where I have We Invested, just post it up to the top for me, because like I said, I'm driving. I will give people a chance to go and read, because we got to get back to the days of do your own due diligence. We got to get back to the days of don't invest what you're not willing to lose. Don't over leverage yourself, because we got new people coming this thing every day. Okay, FOMO is real. And we don't want somebody to come in here and get hurt. We don't want to hear, stories of people losing their life savings and all that. We want to hear stories of people saying, hey, I did some research, I educated myself, I did this. Because we have to celebrate each other in our wins, and we have to, promote each other in our losses, because everybody takes a loss sometimes. But it's how you take that loss. If you took an educated risk, then you took an educated risk. But because somebody says go buy this is running and so on and so forth, and you've done no research on it, of course don't go do that. Because at the end, they're not going to be hurt by it, it's you. The hardest lessons learned are the ones that are learned the hard way. And trust me, my grandmother said that to me a lot, and yeah, I lived it. So, we have a lot to do. We have a lot of crypto projects. We have a lot of artists in this thing. We have a lot of amazing people. We shouldn't be afraid to interact with each other because we hold a particular stock or we're convicted on a particular thing. Nothing should stop organic connection. And once you make people choose, that stops organic connection. Don't make anybody choose. Let them choose for themselves. That's the whole reason we're doing this. No more fees for somebody to tell us to go one way while on the backside they dumping the stock. Mm-hmm. We know now. Yep. So that's where I'm at.
Well, I appreciate you even answering my. I told Frank, I said, no, Jay did answer me when I asked him to do that collabo in that interview for you. He goes, oh, good. I said, yes. I only told him. I didn't let nobody else know. I only told him. So I'm going to let you it out because I do understand a lot of this stuff that's going on, talking about. So I'm going to wait till after that's all said and done, rest it up, and all that stuff is over with. And then I'll just hit you with a follow-up and say, hey, Jay, You know, let's get that collab interview going with Froggy. But I'm going to repost everything that's on your page now, so people can know about it. And do appreciate you coming in here anytime. You're welcome anytime, Jake. Anytime that you want to come here and talk about whatever, you're always welcome.
Well, I wanted to say real quick, one of the things that I've been trying to preach is unity, where the whole community comes together, sets their differences aside, because we have one common thing we should be working together, which is pretty much this play. Everybody wants the same thing, and that's the win. And if you have a petition and it benefits the play, and I've already seen, like, you talking with Dave and stuff like that, so I know you're 100%, like, your heart's in the right place, too, so I support that 100%. And the other thing I was thinking too, like maybe we should have more get-togethers on what we could do as a community to work together for things, because a lot of people are fragmented and broken off and doing their own thing, and I'd like to see the community all work together for one common cause. And that's
strength in numbers.
Yep, strength in numbers. If we stay together and work together, we have the same goals anyways. So I mean, I'd like to promote the signing of that petition, because you're right. Gary Gensler needs to see a lot more of us basically raising our fists saying we want change. And I mean, obviously he's dragging his feet on a lot of stuff, but we got to let him know we're here and we're not leaving.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. That's the whole reason. That's the whole reason behind, retail day. We've had AMC day. GME has had GME day. Crypto has had their day, depending on which coin it is. But at the same time, that's why I came up with the retail day. The 100K I added so that we can get 100,000 signatures. But like I said, it's always a root word in everything. You know what I'm saying? Retail. So it's a day where all retail can come together at one point in one giant place. And like I said,
we lost sound.
The thing about it is, I don't really want people to get in and just do a whole bunch of DD and TA. I want them to share parts of themselves. I want to hear why. Like anybody that's ever been in the space I run, I don't talk a lot of DD because I want to connect with you. So by connecting with you, doing DD is not going to connect us. I want to know how your day was. What's your favorite item? Like we change the subject. I pick random people in spaces. Like, you know what? I haven't heard from this person. Come up. And they finally say, Jay, you got me. And they come up and they talk. We have to build these connections because it's easier to walk away from somebody you don't know versus somebody you do. And that, like I said, for selfish reasons, we've just gone through so many things in society that break the point. For selfish reasons, the reason why this matters to me in connection, because once we get to know each other, we can address all these other issues and try to solve them. But we got to go one leg, one step at a time. So Saturday is like the fifth step because we've been doing this a while. So I just strategically do things when they pop in my head to say, hey, this might be a good move. And at the same time, always stay consistent. Your message has to be consistent. Now, you can change your mind. You can have a change of heart. But it's a way that you do it because, like I say, timing is everything. And I think this is about the fourth time around since I've been in this thing that crypto's done what it did. And I think timing was right to bring them on into the fold and bring all these other stock plays into the fold and bring all these other NFT projects into the fold because we're all under the same umbrella of retail. So that just was it, man. But Froggy, we'll chop it up and catch up. I'm just really focused on next Saturday, but we definitely will get together. You have my word on that. Anybody knows me by now knows if I give my word on something, I don't back away from it. So we'll chop it up and catch up, man, and try to see what we can put together.
Yeah, I'm hoping we could do it before your thing on Saturday, so we can get an idea on how to get people signed up and all that. Go ahead, Froggy.
Is that 9 p.m. on Saturday?
9 a.m.
Oh,
I can't hear you. What you said?
Is it 9 a.m. or p.m.?
9 a.m. Central Saturday morning. 9 a.m. Central.
Okay.
And like I said, man, we want to see You know how you normally scroll across the top and you see like 40 or 50 space calls and so on and so forth?
Yeah.
We want to see the retail space call drop no lower than 2,000 people in it at one time throughout the day. Because my thing is, like I said, man, it's a lot of people in this movement that have heard our voices, that have read our tweets, and, you know, they're hungry for the knowledge. You know, they're hungry to grow. Like I say, anytime you can hold a space call at 12 o'clock on a Wednesday with trading going on and still get 3,000 people in there, that means people want to be educated. So that's what my 2022 is dedicated towards, is education and always connecting, always sharing, and always learning. And if you can't agree with each other, this is what I say and what I do. I don't talk about you on the way out. I just say, God bless you. I wish you the very best. And I don't say nothing else about you. Most of these people that jump in your threads to turn them negative to talk about somebody else, they're not even real people, they're bots.
Yep.
So what I do is I hide those. Like, even if it's somebody that I've known for a while that does it, I'll hide that and send them a DM and say, hey, man, all my threads are positive. And sometimes they agree, sometimes they don't. But, you know, hey, I hate to say it, but I have to. My grandmother always told me, what I eat don't make you shit. So therefore, it means I got to go in the direction I think I need to go. And if somebody's willing to walk next to me, walk with me hand in hand and go in the direction, I'm going to make sure I protect them like they're going to protect me. So that's it. But guys, it is pouring down raining, and I am 40 minutes from the airport. My flight takes off in 50 minutes. So I got to run. I told you I was coming, Diva, and I came.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Jay. I really thank you, because I just wanted Froggy to get to hear you, hear you and how good you are. He already heard you. He already knows all about you, but I wanted him to, you know, that one-on-one with you guys. Not today. I'm not talking about today. I'm talking about him to hear, you know, that you are going to do that one-on-one and how great of a guy you are. I know you don't like hearing that because you're so humble. But thank you from the bottom of my heart. I truly thank you, Jay, for keeping the word and telling me you were going to come through. Thanks so much.
I'll see y'all later, man. I see my man Rick Rodriguez and Brian. Hey, look, man, we move in the same circles, all of us. We all retail. So much love to y'all. Have a wonderful weekend. Go out and get some sunshine if you can. Dance in the rain. Hug somebody. Catch a movie. You know, play some video games. Do whatever makes you happy. And I'll see you guys later, man. I'll talk to y'all later. I'm gone.
Yep.
God bless you, Jay.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you
Thanks,
for coming.
man.
Have a good weekend, man.
Yeah.
Common Sense Investor says, can you pull up the Citadel tweet and talk about it? I think he's talking about the new one.
Yeah, I sent you a link.
In the chat as well.
No, he's talking about the private link I sent you in the private chat, the Citadel thing.
Let me pull it up here real quick. Now, is this one he's talking about? What I think it is, but you can see Citadel is actually up inside of a space call. And I thought that was kind of suspicious in itself. I mean, to have, I don't want to say the big Citadel, you know, but they're in there keeping their nose in things. That's very odd. So you see it just as well as I do. It's right there. And the fact that they did post up a message before that. Oh, yeah, it's showing up on my... I was like, how come it's showing twice? There's the other one. It says, thank you, AMC Theaters, for our team in New York, Chicago. Had a great time watching the new Doctor Strange. I think it's just all weird. Really weird that everything is happening the way it's happening. So I'm not sure exactly what it means yet.
I know that tweet came up before the run-up. So I think that was kind of, I don't know, interesting.
Oh,
I don't think
he's talking about the one where they're at AMC Theaters. That is weird that it does have it on the screen. Let me pull it up here again.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, that it's weird. I don't know. I think it was photoshopped. I'm not sure. Maybe not.
Well,
I could be wrong.
that's one of them bent screens, like those curved screens that's like kind of longer. I mean, it actually looks like it's legit on the screen. So I don't know. I am not sure exactly what that means, but I mean, so now I'm starting to wonder, like, are they against us or are they with us? Like, I don't know. That'd be a really weird scenario. Gives you a lot of things to think about. I'm not sure if we can quite put these pieces together yet, but I don't know. Is Citadel one of Adam's like connections, or is Citadel climbing on board with the AMC movement? I mean, none of it makes any sense. So, I mean, I'm not going to go and try to get right into it and try to figure it out just yet, but it leaves a lot of questions. Like, what is going on there? Reserved for private screening.
Please hit the like button. Please like and subscribe. Everyone, as you enter the chat, please like and subscribe to the Mediocre Trader channel and also Froggy's channel. You guys are greatly appreciated.
Who knows? Maybe they're watching our YouTube channel. I don't know. I mean, the fact that Big Citadel is out there kind of going to the theaters, showing up in space calls, I think they want people to like them for whatever reason. I think they got themselves in enough trouble. I have no idea. I'm not even going to speculate until it's proven, because you could probably beat your head against the wall trying to figure out what they're doing. Yeah, it says right there, look at the Connect. They are reserved a private screening. Oh, maybe that's what it is. They reserved the private screening. I forgot you can actually rent the theater out. That's probably what they did. Can't hear you.
Maybe Adam Aaron should say if it's true or not.
That would be nice.
He would know. Why can't he say he can? I don't see why he wouldn't be able to say whether it was true or not. So maybe we should jump on his Twitter and ask him a bunch of questions about it. He doesn't have to keep that information silent.
Audio Plug says, I think he means, in my opinion, they're not with us. I'm pretty sure you're right. I don't think they're on our side, but it's just odd that they're snooping our business. So I don't know what it means. Yeah, that could be exactly what's going on too. They're trying to just basically mess with our heads, and that, I don't know. I think that's a very good possibility, because they seem to be engaging in psychological warfare against us. So it could be a mind game.
That's kind of what I think it is, but that's just my opinion. I don't know. I don't have any solid evidence, and I really don't want to speak on it until then.
Maybe I think that's what he meant when he said Doctor Strange, Doctor Strange, Doctor Strange. I mean, he basically pointed it out, saying, hey, look, you're going to find out here soon. And sure enough, Doctor Strange, that's where Citadel was viewing. So I don't know who from Citadel was there, but yeah, it does look like they have the whole theater. Yeah, it would be nice to see Adam Aaron come out and talk about it. AA needs the answer. Rather, he invited them to AMC and had a private screening. He mentioned Doctor Strange. He goes, see it, and then this happened. Yeah, it's just kind of strange. It's like he knew.
I mean, I wouldn't say that he invited them, right? They can rent a private screening without him having anything to do with it. So to say that part of it, I kind of disagree. But I do agree with he should answer the question. 100%.
Yeah, it would be nice to know more details on it.
You know, because anybody can rent a theater. They don't have to ask for permission. He probably did know something, if it is true, but we don't even know if it's 100% true yet. We should go get the receipts. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, somebody came in here the other day and was talking about you can rent the whole theater for a certain price, and that's probably what happened. They probably either had enough people go or they just wanted privacy. Most likely privacy, like, Citadel does not want to get caught going in the theater that they're shorting. So that would make kind of sense, but
Oh, I agree with you. Diaz says we should be thanking them. Well, I agree with you. We made money on them, yeah. But the problem that I have with it, Diaz, is the fact that either it's real or it isn't real. If it's real, I don't really care. Whatever. Thank you for spending money at AMC theaters. It's gonna cost you way more than that. You know what I mean? Other than that, I got no other comment on it, other than the fact that if it isn't real and they made a meme about it and put it out, that's something different. I don't really know, and I don't want to speculate. I'd rather get receipts from Adam Aaron because he can get that information. That's all I'm trying to say. I think he should get it.
they're probably doing their homework, wondering. I don't know. Something's definitely up.
Yeah. I don't really understand why he said Doctor Strange 4 times. I don't know. It could have been a bunch of different things. I don't know.
Well, it could have been a hint to pay attention to what was coming out, and this just coincidentally happening right after. I mean, and it's Doctor Strange. I mean, right there, it kind of tells you he probably knew something was going to get released, and it wasn't him that put it out; it was Citadel. So craziness. I think it looks like they're putting together proof they love AMC and would never do them wrong. For the court, maybe, or to try to fool Adam into believing they are good guys, which we already know that they're. We already know what they've done at this point. They got caught. So, what's going on, Diaz? How you doing, man? It could be a rub in our face where they're actually sitting in our theater after they shorted the crap out of it and game played the stock for like an entire year. Just like the Chinese hedge guy who got charged with the RICO, maybe Griffin did too. They are leaving him out there to do what they want. It all might be part of an FBI Dawn game. I'm not sure what that is. Hey, that's saying a lot right there. Citadel employees go to AMC, but Lou won't. That's, yeah. From what I understand, AMC theaters are some of the better theaters out there. We have a pretty good place over here, but the AMC theaters look so much nicer on the inside. So I think luxury theaters are probably a thing. Me personally, I'd care less if it was just like a couch, and I sat back and watched the movie. I go there to watch the movie, not eat the popcorn.
There's 3 different types of theaters we got, though, because the one I went to was not a great theater. But it was a classic theater, so it's not one of the newer style with the lounges and all that, the nice chairs and all that, but whatever. It's an AMC theater. It can hold a lot of people, and it was pretty full in there, so I'm grateful. But hopefully we get more in our area.
Yeah, I think things are just kind of playing out in our benefit in the long run. It just kind of sucks the stock hasn't squeezed the way it should have, but I think it's all in due time. I wish it was like tomorrow starting so we can get on with the play, but and I do like Jay Brown. We should definitely work on signing up for his petition thing, because I think anything that's going before Gary Gensler that benefits the play, I mean, I'm all about it. So I'll definitely take some time to make a video and bring him on, or even promote the signing of the petition once I figure out how to do it, because I think we need to have more people on board just to get it done.
Yeah.
Maybe they're playing a clue game like Adam Aaron does on Twitter. Maybe it is a clue. I don't know. It was just kind of weird that, like, I noticed the price ran up right after the tweet came out, and nothing really clicked. I just said, okay, you know, kind of weird 10 minutes prior to, and now everything's starting to kind of spin back, and I'm starting to look. I'm like, you know, they're popping up in a space call. The fact that it's AMC theaters, like, why didn't they go to what Cinemac or Cinemark? Why didn't they go over there? Why did they go to AMC? Like, it's just so many little questions. I'm wondering. Something's up there, and we'll have to wait until it comes out. 12-hour shift, sucking on the mask the entire time. One MOAS. Hopefully soon. Like, I'm ready. I'm ready to be retired. I don't think I'd retire. I think I'd just keep doing things my way, though. It'd be more fun. Oh, man. That's going way down a rabbit hole. Common Sense Investor says, I think Kenny's a whistleblower. I don't know, man. I think he's like the mafia in chief of this mess. I think he kind of helps all the other hedge funds out there take advantage of the market. I mean, but then again, I don't know. There's so much weird stuff going on that one minute the Democrats hate him, and so it seems like they're attacking him. Maybe he's being used as an scapegoat. Who knows? But he's obviously at the middle of it. You have to have a market maker to do all this stuff, and he is pretty much everywhere.
And then we're going to let him go into crypto. That's nice, huh?
He wants to be a crypto market maker. You got to be kidding.
Come market make the crypto space. I don't get it.
Yeah, Warren says, I love what people are coming up with the Doctor Strange thing. But something that got me going was when someone mentioned we're in the end game now, because I think we are. It does feel like things have changed. The environment across the market has completely changed. It feels different. Everything's moving different. It seems a lot more controlled and simulated. I don't know if it's because I've been staring at it for so long, or if it's becoming so obvious, but
C. Hill says maybe Kenny is the godfather.
I think he's the head of the problem. I'd like to see people go to jail that have actually done this to this many different stocks. I think that'd be the least that should be done. Suck My Mask says somebody's been stalking my YouTube. It's probably Kenny. Be careful. He's on the move. Yeah, that's one problem that I keep seeing. Thought I'd seen a light flicker. Yeah, Kenny G is probably too big to fail. That's probably why they haven't went after him yet. Kind of like Goldman Sachs. Another too big to fail.
That's what I think. I think it's ridiculous. Kenny knows where the bodies are buried, says C. Hill.
Yeah, probably because he put them there. You know what I mean? Like, look how many companies have been destroyed because of this group of financial criminals. They've destroyed so many companies out there. And some of them are still alive. That's the crazy part. Like Blockbuster stock is still out there. They just keep hopping it around and hiding it. So you can't do nothing with it. They're waiting for the last people to sell off so they can bury it. And there's still people holding it.
Apes versus Wall Street says, if we all did anything like this, we would be in jail ASAP and fighting for the charges after we get out. But for them, it's make sure you got proof.
Yeah, that's exactly it. We could probably say something on Twitter and get nabbed for it. They can actually go out and do the crime and get in no trouble for it. Well, guys, it's about that time. I'm going to end up wrapping things up here. Miss Harris, you want to go and wrap things up? Let me do a shout-out real quick because we did have some people show up. We had Spence show up. Jay Brown show up. Common Sense Investor was here. Apes vs. Wall Street. I want to do a shout out to all you guys. Go ahead and check them guys out. Check out Mediocre Trader too. I keep forgetting to add him in there, but go over there and check those guys out. And we'll be putting out more stuff here. Ms. Harris, you want to go ahead and wrap things up over there?
Yes, I have a lot of kind of take, so I'm trying to help him back up. The BAM Investor, thank you for coming in and listening. You told me you were going to do it today. I thank you, and I hope you did like I hope you did like Froggy's show. I just hope you did. I thank you, BAM Investor. Appreciate Jay Brown for coming in. He told me, he kept me up his word. He told me he was going to come in. He wanted to listen to a couple of your videos. He liked what he heard. I just got a message from him just a minute ago, my DM. Appreciate you, Jay. You're wonderful. Everyone, please follow the Common Sense Investor, Apes versus Wall Street, the Froggystyles show. Give a shout out to the Ape Radio, which is the One, the Hedge, Viper Jordan, Lady Katie. I want to give a shout out to Spence, Tara Bull, Jen, Sugar Kush. I want to give a shout out to Jay Portuguese. Thank you so much for always helping. S.U. Ray, appreciate you. Blue Boy, appreciate you. Rick Rodriguez, appreciate you. And Ducknator, appreciate you. And everybody tell Scuba. Everybody know who Scuba is. That's Jay Brown's boy. Scuba, appreciate you. I appreciate you pulling this out for me. Appreciate you allowing me to do. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate y'all. I really do. All y'all, I appreciate y'all. Listen here, y'all. Listen. I'm serious about this. Gary Gensler. This is a joke. This is a real talk, though. But it's a different Gary. It's our Gary Gensler, not that Gary Gensler. Gary Gensler came in the chat today. He became a member. He took his coffee money that they're not getting over there at the SEC, and he became a member. He took that 16 cents and became a member. Now, if Gary Gensler can do it, you guys can do it. But let me tell you what someone put in my DM. I made a mistake for doing that. They said, well, Mediocre Trader's going to be live with Froggy squeezes. So just give Mediocre Trader's channel. That's not going to work, guys. Froggy's not going to go for that. You have to become a member in order to ask questions. Mediocre Trader cannot ask your questions for you on his channel. You have to be a member. Please help Froggy become a full-time YouTuber. All you guys, I appreciate each and every one of you that's in here every single day. Every single day. From the bottom of my heart. Appreciate you. I'm going to say what PJ told me to tell y'all. We can always say we appreciate y'all. We got to show it. You got to show some type of appreciation. Myself and him both are members. We're not just mods, we're members. We go out there and try to promote different things. So we need everyone that's on this team with Froggy to show your appreciation. Become a member. Because if you're not a member, you're probably going to get cut. Because you're just sitting here. You're just sitting here doing nothing. We need some help. Blue Boy, I thank you. Bring in whoever you can, Blue Boy. Rick Rodriguez, bring in whoever you can. Appreciate it. S.U. Ray, bring whoever you can. Appreciate it. I appreciate you guys and love you from the bottom of my heart. From the bottom of my heart. From the bottom of my heart. God knows. Jay Portuguese, keep doing what you're doing. You rock. Everyone follow Mediocre Trader's channel. Everyone, please drop some frogs in the chat as you exit. Please drop some frogs in the chat. If you guys haven't already subscribed to Froggy's channel that's up here in the space car, Go down there and do it. It only takes a couple minutes, Blue Boy. Get everybody to go down there and do it for me, Blue Boy. It only takes a couple of minutes. Appreciate you guys. Love you. As my son would say. Y'all know the routine. Dubs up. We out. It's on you, Froggy.
Yeah, I want to bring up one more thing about the member thing, and I'll let Mediocre Trader address it too. I understand that we're both paired up on things, but I'm not sure how we're going to handle that situation. I get it. Somebody could just go over to his channel and try to ask a question, but like I said, it's going to be for members only, and I think it's going to be set for both channels. So, I mean, I'm not exactly sure, but we'll be talking about that too. But we're doing that just so we can concentrate the questions more focused on the squeeze play itself, because we want to make sure everybody gets the best out of their play. That's pretty much it. So, I mean, and it does help things out too, because everything adds up in the long run for me, because right now I'm still working and I'd like to be here full time doing this stuff. So then I'm always available, but I haven't got that benefit yet, but we're working on getting up there. So if you guys could be a member, I would appreciate that. Mediocre Trader, if you want to go ahead and close it out.
Yeah, I want to bring this up quickly before I talk about anything else. The Common Sense Investor says, "Hey, Froggy, when you going to go live, and do you want to do an interview with me?"
Yeah, 100%. I didn't see that question.
I know you didn't. I seen it, and I just wanted to make sure you've seen it. And as far as, listen, I'll say this: Froggy is doing what he could do to become a full-time day trader and work on his Froggystyles channel and all that. Okay, I'm a guest on his channel. I enjoy doing the show with Froggy. I like it a lot, and I like the people. I really do. But you guys can't put me in a position because my channel's not monetized and I don't have a way to stop that. It's not fair to me either, and I'm not trying to have issues at all, right? If Froggy wants you guys to become a member, you should consider becoming a member. You're supporting him, right? We're on here every day putting out information for people, and doing charting and stuff like that. And you gotta support the people who support you. That's all I'll say about it. And with that, beat that like button, beat that subscribe button, hop on over to Froggy's channel, do the same, and we appreciate you guys, and have a good weekend if we don't see you.
Yeah, one thing I want to say is, like, my goal has been totally different than a lot of other people's. Like, there was a bunch of individual communities that weren't really working together as one big group, and I started reaching out to people because I wanted everybody to start working together. And that's what I'm going to continue to do, is continue to reach out to more people, because I want to see us all work together as one big unit, like one big community, the way it was intended to be in the first place. But it seems like a lot of people got more focused on doing their own thing and not focusing on the play itself. If we would have focused on the play and started looking at it and saying, hey, look at these options. Why are we getting defeated in the options? And that's what we're doing here. We look at the options and we're like, this is exactly how we're losing. Where there's so many call options and they put them sell walls on there that the normal shares being purchased is not enough to punch through that wall. So we're getting beat by, I don't want to say greedy people, and I'm even one of them people, so I can't really say anything. I'm not sitting in a call option on AMC because that puts a sell wall there. So I'm actually buying raw stock, trying to help punch through that wall. Now, I would like to be sitting in the option and make that extra money. But the thing is we can't get the squeeze until we can get through these walls. And as we give the market maker money to put against us, then there's a good chance that we won't get through them walls. And that's the thing that I'm looking at, is like, I'm looking at the details on how we're being stopped. And yeah, it's easy to say, just keep buying, buy, hold, buy, hold. It makes sense. But if those sell walls are so massive and we can't beat those, how are we ever going to get to the other side?
And we're squeezing ourselves out of out of the play kind of by doing that, because we're handing them money, right? And money's drying up, you know, with everything going on with inflation and all that. It's getting tighter and tighter for everybody.
It's going to hurt them when them interest rates keep going up and up and up, because it has to. It's going to squeeze them tighter and tighter and tighter. And you know what you're going to see. They're going to try to keep us down until it's too late. And that's exactly what they did to Overstock. If you look at Tesla, Overstock, they drove them down with the market. But when them two came out of that, when the market dipped, when they came out, they both took off ripping. So I'm not saying we don't actually drop all the way down with the market, but when we come out, we're going to probably come out like a ball of fire, because they'll be bled out and they won't have any more money to hold us down. Or, I mean, at some point there might be a margin call that might happen before then. And that's what I'm kind of hoping on, because I don't want to see the whole market drive us down too. And then we come out. I'd like to come out before they hit bottom. But they have to go and sell their shares of their long position. So you're going to see the whole market turn red. And at some point, they're going to stop taking that money out and using it for collateral. Eventually, they're going to have to cover their debts. And when they start doing that, you'll see green days when everything else is red. And guess what that puts us? The market will be cheap. We'll be overpriced. We can sell at a high price and buy the cheap assets and make even more money. And it's brilliant. On whoever pointed this out is genius.
But I want to add something else. We're also working behind the scenes on coming together as a group when stuff starts to take off, right? There's been several conversations, and I'm not going to divulge what's been said or what hasn't been said about how we're going to go about doing some things, right? But there are talks going on, and you know, people should support their YouTuber if they're getting good information from them and stuff like that. Support who you support. That's all, you know. But again, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the like button. Jump over to Froggies and do the same thing, and we appreciate you.
Thank you, Miss Queen, for becoming a member. She just became a member because someone asked me. I don't know if you put that in my DM on purpose or by accident, saying, "Well, we could just be on Mediocre Trader's channel." And I said, "Okay, that's not going to work." So thank you, Miss Tahiti, for becoming a member. I'm serious, guys. You're not going to be able to. You guys are really thinking you're going to be able to be on Mediocre Trader's channel and get away with it. That's not going to happen. That's not. And if it was, I would tell you the truth. Yeah, Froggy wants to become a full-time YouTuber. That's a job. He has to get paid some type of way. 16 cents a day, guys. That's all you're giving him is 16 cents a day. It does add up eventually, but 16 cents a day, think about that. For you to become extremely wealthy, because he has that money indicator that he's going to give out. He's going to give that out to you. And it shows you appreciation. So you go on all these other YouTubers' channels, and some of them has this thing where it's $25, some of them say it's $50. He's saying 16 cents a day. That's all it takes, 16 cents for him to become a full-time YouTuber. Him and Mediocre Trader take time out their day. I'm not saying that, oh, well, that's what they decide to do. That's not what I'm saying. It's about appreciation. Someone once told me, I'm not going to say who told me, someone once told me when a person continues to swear and they know they're swearing, and they say, oops, I'm sorry. Do they mean they're sorry? And I thought about that. No. So you can sit there all day and say, oh, we appreciate you, Froggy. We appreciate you. You probably do. I'm not saying that you don't. I believe you do. But show your appreciation. Help him become a full-time YouTuber, because this is going to benefit all of us in the long run. I'm serious. Mediocre Trader got a family. Froggy's a single father. Come on, guys. Show your appreciation. I'm not going to beg you, because that's not what I do. I don't get down like that. But it's about appreciation. If someone's doing something for you. And this is not a free ride. It's not a free ride, because nothing's free in life. Nothing. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart, each and every one of y'all. I really do.
Apes versus Wall Street. Jump on Discord and we'll help you out over there, buddy. I sent you the link. I'll try and send you another one.
Well, I'm going to
become a member because I thought he's going to be he's a partner. So I told him I didn't send him a link. I didn't send him a link to be because Froggy was I let Froggy, whatever. Yeah, I didn't send him a link, but yeah. I thank you guys. Jay, Portuguese, thank you. You rock. But we need to get you. We all need to go in Discord because we need to see how we're going to promote this. So, US Ray, you're Uber dog. He wasn't in here. Yeah, but thank you, Froggy and everyone. Thumbs up. I'm out.
Yeah, for you guys that are on the Discord, you guys should get in there and start chatting some more, or stop over to Mediocre Traders and start talking more and learning how to use the Discord, because it's an easy way to communicate, just like we are right now, except for you all have a voice and you can always talk and ask questions and stuff over there and just interact with people and get to know each other. So it's a good thing. But for now, I'm going to close things up. So I'll see you guys later, and peace.
Thank you, Bam and Best.